So some news from the Philadelphia Eagles, but I want to talk about Devon Allen and just a really bad day for him Sunday night or Sunday evening of what happened and everything that has transpired from that time. So let's definitely get into it. What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shakes coming to you guys with a video now. So I want to go over Devon Allen. You guys know that he has been doing he did the Olympics a while back and couldn't get in, and he now does the hurling for, I guess, some championship that he was at, but he was breaking records of his speed. I mean, third fastest in the world. I mean, no wonder the Eagles signed him to a 3-year deal, because they think this guy is a hard worker, which he definitely is. Coming from a sport like this, you can't really mess up on the outside world. You got to be fit and got to be nonstop for this sport. So apparently he was disqualified, and this was the championship hurdling competition Sunday evening, Sunday night. He was disqualified for 1 1,000th of a second of getting off. When the track stars get into their position and the gun goes off and they, start going. And I guess on the gun going off, he was too early. Now, this is a machine that actually tells a time, which is totally inaccurate, and Devon Allen got screwed. Even some of the other participants in this even said he got screwed. And to be honest with you, a lot of people thought he was going to win, which he probably would have won the championship, which really sucks. So this is what Devon Allen had to say. So he said, when I was flagged, I was very surprised. That was also part of the frustration, because I know for a fact I didn't react until I heard the gun. To be 1 in 1,000 too quick. I know I'm quick, but that kind of sucks. So I think it's BS. I think it's bullshit. Okay? This guy's just too fast. I can't wait. This is a guy who hasn't played since 2016. To get into the football aspect of things, I feel bad for Devon Allen getting frustrated and obviously not finishing this race, and then him getting kicked out of it and disqualified. But the Eagles signed this guy to a 3-year deal. What is this guy going to bring to the table? Do I think that Devon Allen can actually maybe make some noise going into this year? Maybe training camp, preseason, are we going to see some type of flash of something? Maybe. I hope so. As the Eagles were visiting, we're going to Oregon's Pro Day, they signed a receiver that was pretty much already supposed to be drafted here in 2016, but never made it to the NFL, never played a snap in the NFL. And he's 27, I think 27 years old now. So he's a little bit older. The Eagles signed him to a 3-year deal and maybe think he's going to be the future guy for, the future, special team specialist, or for kick returns, punt returns, whatever you may call it. Or maybe will help this offense out in the future. Maybe they think he could be a gadget wide receiver or something like that, could help this offense a little bit. Could he actually make this roster? Kind of scary, because when you look at a lot of video on him, especially, he's definitely way faster now than he was back in 2016, probably in his Oregon days, his college days. But he's quick, guys. This guy is fast. And if they want to put him on special teams, I'm totally fine with that. I'm excited for some of these undrafted dudes. I really am. He's not the only one. I'm looking at Britton Covey. There's other positions as well. Josh Jobe and Mario Goodrich. I'm looking at a lot of undrafted free agents, especially a guy like Devon Allen that really hasn't had his chance and wants to get his chance here. And when they signed him to a 3-year deal, I'm like, who is this guy? They signed him 3 years. Like, I'm supposed to know who this guy is. And the Eagles must have a lot of faith in Devon Allen making this team. So I'm very excited for Devon Allen going into training camp to see what he brings to the table. I want to see this speed with my own 2 eyes. And honestly, what else comes into motion is, how good is his catching and obviously his routes. A guy can run fast vertically, but can he actually run routes? Is he good? Does he know the route tree really well? You know what I mean? Is he dynamic? So we'll find out when the time comes. But I definitely one of the most exciting players, other than starters, going into training camp to preseason. I'm really excited for it. Really, really excited. So I hope you guys are too. Other news for the Philadelphia Eagles, there has been some speculation, so take this with a grain of salt, but there has been some rumors about Javon Hargrave, and an extension could come this year. So it really doesn't surprise me. Fletcher Cox is not going to be re-signing. The Eagles made that 1 year. They released him. They signed him back for that 1-year deal for $13-14 million, fully guaranteed. Milton Williams hopefully makes a big step. You know, you drafted Jordan Davis, you know what I mean? So you and that Wren guy they had back there as the I think the 5th option. So I mean, you know, they have some good depth at defensive tackle behind the starters, but Hargrave was playing very well last year. I think he had like 8-9 sacks last year, but he played really well, and his stats significantly dropped after week 4 or 5 of the season when teams started doubling him, and Fletcher Cox was just getting single-handedly blocked, and that was a huge problem. So hopefully with getting Hassan Reddick on the edge, being next to Hargrave could help him a lot. So see what offensive lines are going to do to defend this. But if they re-sign Hargrave, I'm hearing it's about $11 to $13 million in cap space. So Eagles will have more cap space for next year. I feel like the Eagles are going to be in on getting a safety or something of next year. I think if there's one position the Eagles need cap space and are trying to put money into, it's going to be for the safety position. And everything else is going to regulate by, you know, the 2 first-round picks, the second-round pick that we do have, depending on Jalen Hurts, the situation with the Saints, and how good or bad they play this year, and how good we play good or bad this year, kind of draws on that. But anyway, I've been a Javon Hargrave fan since he's been here. I think, you know, after a good year, you know, he came here, you know, from the Steelers, that was a 3-4 system. And, I think it took him a bit when he got here the first year to get, you know, ready for the 4-3 and to kind of get himself asserted in that. And, I think he's become a punisher. I think by the time when 2023 comes, if this, you know, re-sign actually does happen and the Eagles save some cap space, you'll have Jordan Davis as your new star next to Hargrave, and I think you'll have a really good defensive tackle tandem here in Philadelphia. So I think there is definitely a big chance Hargrave's getting re-signed, because at the end of the day, like, if Fletch leaves and they let Hargrave walk, is Milt Williams going to do enough this year in 2022 that's going to say that he's going to be the #1 starter at defensive tackle where he could take on almost anything? I don't know. I'd probably give it another year. If he plays well, he would really have to do so much more, because I don't think Jordan Davis is going to be the #1 defensive tackle on this team this year if Hargrave fails. But I don't think there's anyone else on the team that's going to replace what Hargrave could do right now. You resign him for a few more years. Not to be a big, crazy deal. Maybe another 3-year contract, something like that, to lock him in for a bit. He's still relatively young. So a lot of the future's up for grabs, okay? And definitely the starting spot for Hargrave. Obviously, Hargrave playing this year and seeing how he's doing, and I'm definitely going to watch that side of the line with Hassan Reddick or whoever they're going to put on that side. Hopefully, Derek Barnett is not starting on that side. Like, Reddick's brought in to, you know, help the edge, and that's why he's here. I understand they might put him at Sam linebacker and stuff like that, but I felt like, you know, because Fletch was just struggling so much last year. I understand it's Jonathan Gannon's system, and you can only put so much blame on Jonathan Gannon, but when it comes to Fletch, like, if he's trying to get in the backfield and he can't be disruptive enough, then we have a problem. Okay, and I don't think getting rid of Hargrave and letting Fletch walk is not going to be the right choice to go. Just like going into next year in 23 with Graham and Barnett. Now, Barnett's on a 2-year deal, but they can get rid of him after 1 year if they really want, and there'll be nothing on the books dead cap-wise. So if Graham walks last year of his contract after this year, and they let Barnett go, then you're losing. I don't think they're losing two. They're not going to lose 2 players at the same time. Okay, the worst that could happen with the defensive line going to next year, okay, is Graham walking, Barnett staying for 1 more year, and they go draft the defensive end of the future in the first round next year. If we still have these first round picks intact and we don't need to draft a starting quarterback, okay. So kind of just to, you know, jump your mind a little bit on what could happen, what can't happen. So it makes a little bit of sense. So we'll see. But Hargrave definitely deserves it. I think we should try to give him a shot. And we'll see how he does. Whether the extension comes before the season starts, middle of the season, or something at the end of the season by maybe the last couple games or something like that. So you never know. So other than that, guys, pretty much it. I'll see you guys on the next one. SHAKESQUAD up, follow us live. Peace out, guys. Peace.